Hello folks, so as you know I've stopped doing the weekly car news videos because they just weren't working for the channel. Basically, for a video to work for the channel it needs to get views, it needs to bring in subscribers, or it needs to make money, and if it's not doing any of those things there's just no point in me doing it. This does make up quite a large part of my income and I can't really afford to put my time into things that are not either bringing in money or helping to grow the channel. One or the other is fine. When it's doing neither, it's just a waste of time. So what I've decided to do is try out a once a month car news video. Perhaps I'm not pushing so much of it down your throats on a weekly basis. So we're going to try it once a month, and I'm going to try it in a different format where I'm not just on various news websites all the time, because I've had lots of comments from people saying, I'm just watching a man read from a website. So I'm going to try a new format. I'm going to try this once. If it works, I'll do one for the next few months and see how that goes. If it doesn't work, I won't do another one. And I'm going to judge how much it works by how many people give it a thumbs up, how many people leave a comment. Leaving a comment in videos is massively important. It shows engagement from Google. Even if you say hello or a thumbs up emoji, anything like that helps. And I'll also be seeing how many new subscribers I get from it. Because if it brings in loads of subscribers but doesn't get loads of views or loads of engagement, well, that's fine. It just has to do something. Please try and watch other content on my channel other than leasing videos. It's great that I get lots of support on those leasing videos, but I really need you to watch as much as possible. Watch some of the car reviews, watch some of the other content I do. If you like the leasing videos and you like the way I present those, maybe you'll like the way I do car reviews or something else. I've also got a couple of massive videos coming up this month. The really big one is one where I'm going to be taking a Tesla Model Y from London to Edinburgh, taking a mate with me. We're going to make some stops along the way. It'll be a good fun video. But the main purpose of that is I want to show you completely honestly how easy or difficult it is to do a long road trip in an EV relying on the public charging network, and how much longer it takes than if we were doing it in a petrol or diesel car. And then at the end I'll try and do a quick comparison of the costs as well. Now I have got a sponsor on for that one, and I desperately need people to watch that one when it comes out. There'll be lots also on my social media channels. So please follow me on other forms of social media and really help me to start pushing this thing forward a little bit. Right, let's get on to the news. As I say, new format. So in October 2022, new car registrations went up quite significantly, up 26% from October last year, possibly due to some of the supply chain issues easing off slightly. Obviously we've got some new ones now because lots of parts used to come from Ukraine. It looks like we're going to have shortages of batteries at some point in the future. And the interesting thing when you dive a bit deeper into these new car registration figures is that petrol cars are now by far and away the most popular in the UK, and hybrids and mild hybrids are very, very strong. Registration of battery electric vehicles has also gone up significantly. They now make up 15% of the cars sold in the UK. Now, the most popular car sold in October 2022 was the Ford Fiesta. And how ironic is it that despite the Fiesta being the most popular car in October 2022, it was also announced that the Fiesta is being scrapped. That's right, Ford are getting rid of the Fiesta, at least for the time being. Who's to say it won't come back in 10 years as some sort of retro EV or something, but the Fiesta will be no more, folks. Fiesta's been one of the most popular cars on sale in Britain right since it was launched. Like any car producer at the moment, you know, Ford are trying to electrify their entire fleet, and they obviously don't see financial benefits in putting an electric platform on such a small car. Probably leaving it with a bit of a narrow profit margin. They possibly feel an electrified Fiesta won't really compete with some of the rest of the pack already. Who knows? The most popular cars in October were Ford Fiesta, Nissan Qashqai, VW Golf, Ford Puma and the Corsa. But if we look at it from the year to date, the most popular car is the Nissan Qashqai, then the Vauxhall Corsa, then the Ford Puma, then the Kia Sportage and then the Mini. Now, despite that boom in new registrations in October, the SMMT are actually forecasting the lowest level of new car sales in 40 years for 2022. Figures are already down 28.7% for pre-pandemic levels, and they're knocking another 5% off that. They think it's going to get a little bit worse. A lot of that is due to obviously the cost of living crisis, sky high inflation, and of course ongoing supply chain issues. It's time to talk about fuel prices again. The cost of a litre of diesel went up almost 10p in October, and the cost of a litre of petrol about 3 or 4p. Diesel has a wider effect on the economy than petrol going up, because of course so many things that we buy are carried using diesel powered vehicles, so that puts the price of logistics going up on pretty much everything you buy in a shop. There was quite a funny incident a couple of weeks ago up in Leigh in Wigan, where Sainsbury's mistakenly were selling petrol for 44p cheaper than the national average, and they did honour the prices for those lucky enough to fill their tanks. You could get petrol for £1.34 a litre, diesel for £1.36 a litre, and funnily enough they had tailbacks there. So despite Ford pulling the plug on the Fiesta because they're going to electrify their fleet, they've actually also announced that they're going to be releasing the new Ford Mustang in the UK. It's likely to be a 5-litre V8 with up to 450 brake horsepower. No other details at the moment, but I guess it will be one last hurrah for lovers of petrol-powered muscle cars. Now, while we're on the subject of Mustangs, for those fans of a 67 Mustang, British company Charge Cars can supply you with their 67 Mustang Resto Mod EV. It's got about 200 miles of range. I think they're somewhere in the order of 300 grand if memory serves correctly, but they're now pushing ahead with plans to move into the US market. They're the sister company of Arrival Vans, which you may have seen or heard about, and it looks like they're planning to deliver their first cars to US customers, which will be made in London, at some stage next year. The founder of intelligent charging provider 𝘼𝙁𝙁𝙄𝙇𝙄𝑼𝙏 has said that he thinks the energy price crisis is potentially going to be over in the next couple of years, thanks to investment that's been going on in renewable energy sources for several years now. He says that further investment and incentives can help fix prices going forward and give everyone a little bit of a happier and possibly more financially beneficial future. The new Mercedes EQS luxury electric SUV is now available on sale. Mercedes claims it's got an electric range of about 410 miles. It is going to set you back £129,000 if you'd like one of those, ladies and gents. So it won't be on my shopping list just at the moment. Autocar are reporting that the Audi A5 Cabriolet is going to be removed from sale. Evidently, it's not selling in the numbers it once did, I guess because estate agents are now driving Range Rovers and BMW X5s. So there's also some suggestion that the Volvo S60 may be going the way of the Dodo. I think that would be a great shame if so, because the S60 is a great looking car and a real sort of viable alternative to some of the German marques. Staying with Volvo, Auto Express are reporting that Volvo have gone in for trademarks for the EX30, and it's thought that could be a little baby SUV EV with a 273 mile range. Obviously speculation at this point, but you have to think that seems really quite likely, don't you? The Toyota Corolla Cross could arrive in the UK in 2023. This will be an SUV version of the Toyota Corolla, and it will sit between the CHR and the RAV4 in the Toyota range. I'm not convinced we really need another sort of mid-sized SUV, and I think the Corolla is actually a really fantastic estate car. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The all-new Toyota BZ3 has been announced. This looks like a partnership between Toyota and BYD, and at the moment it will be a Chinese model only. Toyota's claiming over 370 miles of range for this car, and it looks like something to go head-to-head with something like the Tesla Model 3. Why they wouldn't bring that to Europe, I don't know. So I guess we'll have to watch this space on that one, but it certainly looks like a very interesting car. No details on pricing at this point, but obviously that will be key. Folks, I'm going to leave it there for this one. Let me know if you like this format. I really need your feedback. If you don't, and you wouldn't watch another one of these if I made it, I won't make it. If you like this new format, if you like the idea of a monthly video on the car news rather than no video on the car news, let me know that in the comments. I also want to say a massive thanks to those people that buy me a coffee every month and those that buy me a one-off coffee. It makes a huge difference. I also really want to thank the 20% of you watching this that are subscribed to my channel, and the 10% of that 20% that watch everything I do. It really is appreciated. Thanks again. See you next time.